Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Euroman Movie Report, the show where I talk about a movie I have recently watched at my local movie theatre. This week I'm going to talk about Dunkirk. Dunkirk is the new movie by acclaimed director Christopher Nolan, and it tells the true story of one pivotal event of World War II. And that was basically when the Germans, they started to attack the Netherlands and Belgium and later France. The British had before that deployed an expeditionary force to Western Europe, and their job was to prevent the German advance. But this prevention measure failed, and the British, French, Belgian forces were pushed back to the coastline of France to a small village or town called Dunkirk, and there the almost 400,000 soldiers awaited their doom. But to some unforeseen circumstance, the German advancing Nazi German forces, they halted their advance outside the town of Dunkirk, and this later allowed the more than or almost 400,000 Allied soldiers to escape to Britain. And that is what this movie tells us, the story about the different soldiers and the people who helped them be rescued so they could go to the UK. And in it, the movie is told from several perspectives. We have the ordinary grunt who we see in the beginning of the film, and later in the film, and other grunts or privates, and then we have the Royal Air Force and the people operating the small boats who would assist in the evacuation of the Allied soldiers from the beaches of Dunkirk. And we meet several characters, like we have Tom Hardy playing this very talented RAF pilot, and we have, what was his name? I need to find him here. Mark Rylance, who plays the owner of a small yacht, who gets the idea that he wants to participate in the evacuation of the Allied forces from the beaches of Dunkirk. And he has, of course, we later learn in the film, his own personal reason why he wants to do that. And Mark Rylance, he does a great job portraying his character, and so does Tom Hardy, in my opinion. And the cinematography, the score by Hans Zimmer, it is very moving, and in the last 10 minutes of the film, it made me cry several times because it was so moving. And the other actors in the film, like we had a short role from Kenneth Branagh, who plays this UK Navy officer. He also does a good job, in my opinion. He's great at portraying. He really has this emotional commitment to get these men off the beach. And it's a great film. It's not an action film, but it does contain action set pieces when every time the Germans, they attempt to or do attack the soldiers on the beach. The CGI is very well put together. The aerial dogfights between the Luftwaffe and the Royal Air Force, they look almost real. I couldn't tell the difference, which was CGI and which was maybe working planes, because there are some working Spitfires flying to this day. And the movie itself, if you are into history, or if you can get caught up in the Christopher Nolan's way of telling a story, like he did in Interstellar, you will really like Dunkirk, because, as I said, it's moving, it really engages you into how the soldiers and the other participants, they feel about the situation they are in. But if you're not into history, if you're not into Nolan movies, I guess you won't not appreciate the movie as much, because yeah, it's not a bang bang, Dirty Harry, shoot him up kind of movie. It's a thoughtful movie. Like, if I remember correctly, in the movie, the Germans aren't referred to as the Germans, but just the enemy. And maybe that's a personal choice by Nolan to tell something, hidden meaning, maybe, I don't know, but it was a bit strange. Only in the text scroll in the beginning, for instance, having the Germans being replaced by just the word the enemy. But I guess maybe it was something about, yeah, they are soldiers in a war and it's not politics, etc. But I don't know. But if I'm gonna rate Dunkirk, superb acting, yeah, and not to forget, of course, there's a small cameo by Michael Caine. He plays, and here's a spoiler, of course, the squadron or the unit in which Tom Hardy flies. The voice of the initial squadron leader, is, of course, Michael Caine. But if I'm gonna rate this film, I would say great acting, great cinematography, a great score by Hans Zimmer, and a great telling of a true story, and yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. That's it, Euroman of Euroman's Movie Report. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you liked this review/movie talk, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to watch my previous reviews/movie talks, you can click a link in the description. I will return with another movie talk/movie review next week, at that time of Atomic Blonde. But until then, have a pleasant weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.